Hey guys, so this is actually a feedback video. Well, not feedback, almost like a sequel. I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and the feedback I got from you was amazing. It gave birth to this video. The reason why I felt like I need to make a video, because I got so much feedback. You guys actually don't comment in the comment section, but you do DM me, you do send me WhatsApp messages. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. But don't be afraid to comment in the comment section below. I mean, you guys give birth to amazing conversations and topics. So let's get to it. Welcome to my channel. Obviously you can see the intro was shot in a different location because I thought it was a perfect location, but turned out it wasn't, because there was so much traffic and there was just a lot of distractions. So we're back to being indoors for shooting. So as I said earlier, this is actually almost like a sequel. When I did my video and I posted about personal development and I spoke about mindset, how it's important. Your mindset affects a lot, almost everything that you do. The video I posted about gratitude as well, I got some really amazing responses. A lot of you guys were like, well, Busi, we hear you saying that it's good to keep a positive mindset, it's good to set your mind, on the things that you want and whatever. But now life happens, and you can't tell us that we need to now be positive or you need to be grateful for what we have. Sometimes we do need to cry. It's a part of grief. Sometimes you need to be sad, like for instance, if you lose somebody. So, and I completely agree. Because it's not all the time that it's easy to be in that positive mindset, but it's also very important not to stay stuck there. Jim Rohn said that there's a season, a time and season for everything. Like, there'll always be winter, there'll always be summer, there'll always be spring, and spring will always come after winter. The Bible says in John verse 20 that for joy, for every weeping there will be joy. In and also says that the barren will now be happy. Something like that. I'll just post the scriptures below or something. So basically, there's always light at the end of the day. Yes, there will be times, there will be seasons where you'll be crying, there'll be seasons where you'll be sad, but it's important to not get stuck there. It's important to move on from that, So for me, I'll give you guys an example. Like I said earlier, where I found myself in a situation where I didn't grieve. So I had lost my grandmother in 2014, and when I lost her, a lot of people, like my cousins, they were sad and they were crying, but I didn't cry. I wasn't sad. Well, I was sad, but I just didn't cry. I didn't show any emotion. I didn't feel. I just decided to be strong, and I kept convincing myself, she was old. Old people do eventually die, and I didn't deal with it. When people would send me messages or would talk to me or would call me and say, Lucy, we're sorry for your loss and whatever, I'll just be like, yeah, whatever, it's all good. So I literally didn't even cry, like absolutely no tears. So because I didn't grieve, I didn't go through that season where I was sad and I was actually crying, and I felt the emotions that at that moment I was feeling. Because I didn't allow myself to feel, I went for another 2 years. So it's something that I just put behind me, almost like putting a memory behind me. 2016, I there was a change in my life, and funny enough, it just affected me. It affected me very negatively, in a sense that it's almost like I had lost my grandmother all over again. In that year, I actually had a period in my life where it's almost like I just found out that she passed on, and now I get to cry. That's when I started crying. And now the thing is, I had to deal with this grief alone. My whole family the people had gone through that period of sadness. They had cried, they had comforted each other. Now I was alone. It's 2 years later, and I'm alone. I'm grieving alone. I'm sad alone. From that day on, I told myself that I would always deal, because I dealt with it eventually, but I didn't have to do it alone. I could have done it with my family, and I didn't have to not feel it. That's why a lot of the times now, even with my friends, whenever someone tells me bad news or someone has passed on, I always encourage, cry. If you feel like you need to cry, cry. If you feel like you need to sleep. Whatever you need to do to deal. If you feel like now you need to scream. But it's very important to not stay there. Because it's once you stay there, it becomes now very hard. It's very, very easy for you to actually get into a dark place where now you even start having suicidal thoughts and things like that. So I always say, I always encourage a positive outlook. There'll always be problems, but it's very important to also look for solutions. It's always important to actually be a positive person and have a positive outlook in life in general. And being grateful is just one of the ways where you can just look at life from a lens of positivity, and just have lots and lots of joy. I don't intend for this to be a long video, but I really thought it would be amazing for me to share with you guys. Have a lovely time, and I hope this was insightful, and I hope it meant something to you. Do share. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Loads and loads of love.